Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you for joining me today for another card making tutorial, and we're doing a colour challenge today. This is the creative colour challenge that is run by Vicky Lou Designs. So she posts those every Monday. Link will be in the description if you want to have a look at those. So this is what has come out in her selection this week, and it's quite an interesting combo. I have to say, it didn't immediately inspire me to go and create anything, but I've come up with something. I'm thinking a little bit outside the box and stuff. So what we're going to do today is make this card, okay, which I think looks kind of pretty. I thought we've got sort of a bit of an autumnal kind of look to the leaves and stuff, so that's where we're going with this. Okay, the stamp set is Botanical layers, so a couple of the leaves and the sentiment, so no other stamp sets added to this one. And then we're going to use the double oval, and I'm going to layer that up. Now, it never really occurred to me to do the layering with this punch, but I saw Stampin' Nelly, Heather Forgan do it, and I was like, oh right, that does work. So we've done that today as well. So let's make a start. We'll pop that to one side. So I've already got some card layers cut. Standard card base, thick basic white there, and then I've got my usual 4x5 3/4 layer there, and another layer that's 1/8 of an inch shorter and narrower. Right, so excuse me. For the layering, I've got Evening Evergreen in the background there, but I don't actually have any Evening Evergreen cardstock left, at least not enough to do this anyway. So we're going to make our own faux border by using our stamping blends to do that. I could use an ink pad, stamping white marker, anything like that, but the blends are good because it's alcohol based and it will dry nice and quickly. So if you use a water-based product, whether that be your ink pad or a stamping white marker, you will have to make sure you allow that to dry. Okay, so just whizzing around the edge there just to get that sort of core done, and then we're just going to run the marker around the edge. So the other advantage of using an alcohol marker is that there'll be no streaks and stuff where the colour overlaps. When you colour with water-based products, you can get like a streaky look where you've overlapped things, but you won't get that with this. It might look streaky to start off with while you're doing it, but it will dry back nice and flat. So there you go, that's my cheat Evening Evergreen layer, and we'll be doing the same with the punch. So now when we layer that together, you see it's all going to be, oh, just missed a bit there, it's all going to be you would never know, basically. It's our secret. Okay, so that's going to work out beautifully. So that's that. Right, we'll pop that to one side, and then we're going to do the stamping on this layer. I'm just going to get my little mat here to protect the surface, and we're going to mask off some of this. So I'm just going to change it up just a little bit. This one, I actually stamped a panel and stuck it on. I'm going to do something, an alternative basically, and use some low tack tape here. This is decorator's tape for delicate surfaces, but even though it is low tack, I'm still going to stick that to my skin and take a bit of that tack off, just to be sure we don't want to damage our cardstock. And by using the grid on here, we can line up the cardstock with one of those lines, and we can use that to, in fact what I might do is just tack it down temporarily just so it doesn't slide around. I'm just going to pop that there just for a sec, just to hold it in place while I position this tape. I think we'll go there, so I'm just going to use one of those other lines there to position the tape. Okay, and just press that down just lightly. It's just, we don't want to end up with our card pilling up. Okay, and we're going to stamp down this left hand portion. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Flirty Flamingo, the lightest colour basically. So if you were doing this with another combo, I'd recommend you start with the lightest colour and the largest image. So this is the image that we're going to put in the background almost, right? Okay, so this is going to give us like a foundation for the image. Okay, so we want to go off the edge as well, so that's why I've put the protective mat underneath, just so that I can get right off the edge there and get this stamped into place. And we're going to use different portions. We're going to rotate it around. Okay, and that masking tape is obviously making sure I don't wander off into this other section here. Let's do this one this way around maybe. Maybe there. Okay, so you just want to fill that. Like I say, the idea is just to get a base, if you like. We're not looking to cover it entirely. And I do want to make sure I'm going off the edge here as well, just to make it look complete. That looks like that'll fit nicely there, so let's do that. Good firm pressure, especially where that tape lies, because the ink won't, so there's just a hint of a gap there, but it's not going to make too much of a difference in the finished article. I think we'll leave it at that actually. I think I did a bit more on the other one, but I think that will do. Will do. And then we're going to bring in Cajun Craze as almost like an accent, so we're going to use the darker ink with a smaller image just to fill in and add that sort of layer of interest, if you like. So again, just some light tapping. So let's put one there, and this area here. And we need something coming in across there, sort of a gap. Feels like something needs to be. And maybe across this corner. Okay, and then I think we've just got a bit of a void here, which it doesn't feel very balanced. So I'm just going to pop just a little bit across that corner, and then that will bring all that together really, really nicely. Okay, cool. Right, so the next thing we want to do is carefully just wipe away some of that ink, which we can do with a cloth, because otherwise that's going to interfere with our next step. Just get most of it off. It doesn't matter if a bit, I've put a bit onto the cardstock, but that's fine. That's fine. Because what we're going to do is just pull in a bit of the Evening Evergreen. So what else we need to do? We just need to wipe away the stuff that's on the mat as well. So we're going to pull that in. So you can stick that back down if you want to, but it isn't actually necessary for the rest of this bit really. Okay, just a touch of Evening Evergreen ink, just a touch, dark colour. Okay, and we're just going to bring that in around the edges, just to almost distress it a little bit, I guess. And you'll probably hardly notice it coming in. And we are going to bring in a bit of the pink and the orange from that tape a little bit, but by taking off the majority, just sort of mutes it down a little bit. There we go. So that's going to give us this really nice demarcation on the card. So if we peel this back now, we're going to have this lovely blended line on this panel. Okay, cool. So I'll pop that straight in the bin. We'll finish cleaning that off later. Okay, beautiful. So all we need to do is get that layered up. So we can do that with our Stampin' Seal. It's the glue I like to use. You use whichever adhesive you prefer. Everyone's got a favourite. That happens to be mine. Okay, and then that's going to go straight onto the card base. I'm not going to raise this panel. I'm going to raise up the sentiment instead. So I'll just pop that straight onto the card base. Now I've opted to do a panel across the side there, but of course, you know, you could do it differently if you want. It's your card. I'm just merely giving you a serving suggestion, just like on the box. Okay, so that's what we're left with now. Okay, so all we need now is our sentiment and embellishments. So I've just got a little scrap of card here, and we're just bringing this lovely sentiment. It's a really nice script. Thank you for everything, which is obviously very useful to have. You know, can say all, you know, nice to say thank you to people. So we'll pop that away, and we'll grab our double oval punch. It's a little large for the smaller plain oval. Didn't quite fit, hence we're going to do this layering technique. So we'll punch that out once like so, and then I'm going to need another scrap now. Oh, it's alright, I've got some there to do another one. And just like we did with the layer, I'm going to take that scrap there, scrap of paper, and just run around the edge of that. Like so. And then you pick it up and you realise you've missed a bit. But again, because if you were to just add bits like that with water-based things, you'd end up with this like streaky mess. So, and if you feel it's necessary, you can also go around the back just to make that colour go all the way through. But it's not particularly necessary. But you can do that if you want to. Okay, so hopefully what you'll be able to see here is that right at the end of the oval which Heather demonstrated in her video, which I didn't realise, but there's one sort of scallop that sort of sticks out right on the end of those ovals. So if you can cut nice and straight down the middle between those two, that gives you an idea of where you need to be. So if you use long scissors, it's often easier. Okay, in half like that. Okay, and then we're going to use, let's put it on the back of this, that'll be easier. And then we'll just position, line up those sort of scallops, if you like, especially the ones at the top, that they're the ones that are going to show, like so. Twistle it around and do the same on the other side. Try and get them roughly even. Like that. Okay, so you can sort of see it doesn't quite meet in the middle there, but I don't think it's as noticeable. You know, it's not a, you know, showstopper or anything. So we'll use up some of these little edge pieces here to position that. Nice quick card today. So we're going central, sort of towards the top, but central. It's going to look a bit odd because the panel, you know, the stamped panels, not central, but you need to just try and sort of focus on where centre is on that panel. That's somewhere there, and you'll probably be screaming at me going, "That's nowhere near the middle," but it's fine. It's central enough for my purposes. So bow with this lovely matching Evening Evergreen ribbon. This is the open weave ribbon, which is really, really nice to tie bows in, using use the bunny ear method. So you do need to get the knot nice and tight on this. It will, that sort of, it's not really a satin edge, but this sort of, the edging on it makes it a little slippier than if it was just regular organza ribbon. So there we go, we can colour our rhinestones with our blends, and I think you can see that on the sheet there. And we can pop those on. So I like the, you know, I like to use the set of 3 just to frame our sentiment. So I usually go big one, little one, and then a medium one. That seems to be a nice little open space that's looking for that. And that's it. So there we go. So you can either stamp a panel and stick it on, or you can go direct to the card. Either way, you can get a similar effect using those colours for the Creative Colour Challenge this week. So I hope I've given you an idea. If you want to take part, please do click on the link in the description and upload your photo, and Vicky will announce a winner on Sunday, I believe. Okay, and then the next challenge goes live at 10 AM each Monday. Okay, thanks a lot for joining me today. Stay safe, take care. I'll see you all soon. Bye.